Welcome back, everybody. So, I've got three good stories here for us in the realm of politics and what's taking place in the social world. Let's take a look at the first one here. Obama, final year, U.S. spends 36 million on records lawsuits. The Obama administration, in its final year in office, spent a record 36.2 million on legal costs, defending its refusal to turn over federal records under the Freedom of Information Act, according to an Associated Press analysis of the new U.S. data that also showed poor performance in other categories, measuring transparency in government. For a second consecutive year, the Obama administration set a record for times federal employees told citizens, journalists, and others that despite searching, they couldn't find a single page of files that were requested, and it sets records for outright denials of access to files, refusing to quickly consider requests described as especially newsworthy and forcing people to pay for records who had asked the government to waive search and copy fees. The government acknowledged when challenged that it had been wrong to initially refuse to turn over all or parts of the records in more than one-third of such cases, the highest rate in at least 6 years. Now, of course, none of us are really surprised by this. Obama has been doing all that he can to subvert the government since he became president, starting with not even being a citizen, being a member of ISIS, the supporting member of ISIS, founding member, to all of the things he's been doing, the slush fund. I'm sure you heard about that. I'll bring that up tomorrow. But he's done a lot of really disreputable things, and this is yet another in the long line of things that Obama has done. Lots going to come out about this man, the things that he did in office over these next several years. People are going to be surprised, but then they're going to jump on the bandwagon and they'll, want to participate in the Obama was a bad guy, I think, because, well, people people get upset when they hear that they've been screwed over, and once they distance themselves from the politics of what's going on, they don't like hearing that. So it might not bode well for Mr. Obama as these things continue to pile up. Okay, Paul Ryan has some problems of his own. An audio has emerged of him saying he's not going to defend Trump now or in the future. In the October 10th, 2016 call from right after the Access Hollywood tape of Trump was leaked in the weeks leading up to the election, Ryan does not specify that he will never defend Trump or just the Access Hollywood tape. He clearly says he's done with Trump altogether. I'm not going to defend Donald Trump, not now, not in the future, Ryan says in the audio, obtained by Breitbart News and published here for the first time. Okay, so there's more to the story. I'm going to leave that to you. The bottom line is he got caught saying something against Donald Trump. Why is this significant? Because there have been many individuals saying that this man, Paul Ryan, should not be trusted. Well, here's information that comes out to confirm some of those concerns others have had. We'll see what happens. Have the popcorn ready. I really truly believe that Donald Trump knows what he's doing, and all of these people are in for a rude awakening as they continue to try to pull the wool over his eyes and the eyes of the American people. And finally, over in the UK, the Brexit bill, this comes from the BCC, the Brexit bill, Parliament clears the way for talks with the European Union. Parliament has passed a Brexit bill paving the way for the government to trigger Article 50 so the UK can leave the European Union. Peers backed down over the issues of European Union residency rights and a meaningful role in the final Brexit deal after their objections were overturned by MPs. The bill is expected to receive royal assent and become law on Tuesday. This means Theresa May is free to push the button on withdrawal talks, now expected in the last week of March. All right, the results came as Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, announced that she intended to hold a second referendum on Scottish independence at a time when the Brexit negotiations are expected to be reaching a conclusion. All right, so check out the article, but that's what's going on. Lots of changes taking place, not in America, but other parts of the world. We want to stay on top of this. Check out my Twitter feed, First Contact Now. If you're not a part of it, join it. I'm putting out all kind of media related to what's going on a daily basis. I gather a lot of my information from the forums out there. I spend a lot of time on the Donald over at Reddit, over at 4chan at /poll, and over at Godlike Productions. So there's a lot of great sources that are out there. You probably have some as well. Let me know what those are. Anyway, that is the political social news for today. Stay tuned. I'll be back.